Alright, I want to do a review on Premier portable buildings, and if you buy one, you need to watch out for them. Initially I thought I liked it. Now I like the fact that it's on 16-inch centers on the walls, the floor, and the trusses, but that's about the only thing good about it. You come over here and look along this wall. Let me get a little bit more forward. You can see how that wall comes out a little bit. So they didn't pull a tape measure when they got these walls stood up. So I've got that bow. Like I said, I don't know if you could see it or not. Let me come around here. Nah. But something else they did, which is stupid, they use these expensive screws that tie everything together, which is nice. But down on the end, they use common nails on it, and that's just pure ignorance on pressure treated lumber. I've got to go back and I've got to get a nail gun and put number 12 galvanized ring shanks to beef it up a little bit. Of course, on the window trim, I'm pulling this window trim off. It's just some of that cheap OSB stuff, but they didn't caulk the edges, they didn't paint them, they didn't caulk where the window goes against it, which is stupid. They didn't caulk any of the seams where the 4x8 sheets went together, but luckily they got them nice and tight. But I've got to prime them. Let's see. I want to show a couple more things. I don't know if this thing is going to focus on that bubble, but you see this main one right in the center is off, and I can't move it because it's all framed in, so I'll have to keep a damn crooked ass post. Of course, it makes all the pickets on there crooked as hell, and they nailed it together so that I'd have to destroy that stuff to take it off. On the roof, it looked like the employees thought they were paying for the roofing screws. The one on the right is what came with it, and I got to looking at one day when I was doing the electrical, and I noticed there wasn't any screws poking through the OSB. So they had them little ones right there, and they used them sparingly, and it's supposed to be a 140-mile-an-hour roof, which is bullshit. Now, one on the left is what I'm replacing it with. These things here are great. There goes one on the ground, I don't care. These ones are great because the head's one piece, and it's got a little recessed area, so when you torque them down, when that grommet gets the same diameter as the top, you stop screwing it down, because you don't want to over tighten them. Now the ones that they put in on the roof, they over tightened every one of them. I'm surprised this thing hadn't been leaking. It probably has, and I just haven't noticed. It's on top of the felt. One other thing, and it's not really their fault, they put these 4x6 skids under the bottom, and this thing's 40 foot long, so they used 20 footers and had to tie them together in the middle. And these 4x6s have a tendency to bow, so I've got one that bowed up a little bit going in there, so I'm going to climb under where my piers are at and jack that one up and maybe let it just push it down for it'll sag a little bit, and then I can go ahead and block it back up. Now, of course, I don't know if I mentioned it, I had to get this building inspected so I could pull a electrical permit, and I used the same solid blocks and strapped it down with some diagonals. So that worked out good. Alright, this is my Premier portable building review, and like I said, you guys watch them. There's the side. I've got this side already screwed down. I don't know if you can see the screws or not, but I added one at the bottom. The bottom edge of this metal should have a third screw, one right in the middle, and then where I went up is where the overlap was at. So I added the overlaps. And I wasn't going to replace all the screws, but when I got up there I saw how bad they were, over tightened, so I had to buy these screws, and they're $50 a bag. By the time I get done I'll have spent $200, but I'll have a true 140-mile-an-hour roof, if not more, because the tiny house got screwed down like this, and none of my metal tried to peel up. The deck or the roof, I had no leaks whatsoever. So like I said, watch them.